can't you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I tell you, man, every time it's weird. Every time I try to get in here and do my thing, right, something always throws it off, and I don't understand what's going on. So let me roll this thing back because you got to hear the music. The music is what sets everything off. So let me turn this back. L.A. Kendrick back with another tale of Would You Dare. You guys know how we do it. Everything extraterrestrial, supernatural, ghosts, witches, serial killers, the whole nine. That's why you're here. Take everything with a grain of salt, process it how you will process it, and understand how you will understand it. Okay, I'm not here trying to change the world. I'm here to speculate on things that interest me and interest you. Because we travel all over the world to bring you guys solid stories about the what ifs and the things that go bump in the night. And we do a good job of it. And that's what Would You Dare is about. That's what we write about. That's what my stories are about. And I've been all over the world. And what I want to talk about tonight is demons, good and evil within religious sects. Now, which religious sect is the sect that will actually set you free? Who can be the judge of that? Again, if the religion that you're dealing with is the religion that motivates you to do the right things, you keep doing that. You do that, okay? And I'm not talking about worshiping Satan or anything like that, but if the religion that you practice is occupying you and giving you what you need, by all means, continue to pursue that. All right. But what I want to talk about is different religions and places that I've been. And like I say, the party don't start till you walk in. And now that you're here, let's begin. Hopefully you guys can hear me finally, because again, every time, I don't know what it is with YouTube, man. This is hardwired in, man, and I don't understand why exactly it won't stay up and stay current. I'm always going through some weird stuff. So, with that being said, I want to touch on a few things here. So, some of the places that I've been to Teotihuacan, right? I've been to well, these are like Skinwalker Ranch. These are like, I want to say Teotihuacan is definitely religious. Skinwalker Ranch has some religious aspects to it. And I've been down to Chichen Itza, which is down there by the Yucatan Peninsula. Show you a picture. Hopefully you guys can see the picture, okay? This is that huge pyramid, right? Hopefully you guys can see this. Right? That's the pyramid, right? That's where I went back in the day. And I was trying to, just like I say, trying to explore ancient artifacts. Didn't realize it was a religious site. And these are the people. They were really trying to climb that thing, man. And they had people actually betting on who was going to fall, because they had a rope to get them to that. Kulakan is the supreme entity of that religion. And this is me when everybody got out of the way and I could actually get up. That's me. That's how big the pyramid is. And that's the one in Chichen Itza. Down there where the Yucatan Peninsula is, where the dinosaur killer was. It's supposed to be the one where the comet, where the asteroid hit, where it got the dinosaurs. And this is supposed to be like it's a basketball goal, right? But it's not vertical. It's more like it goes this way versus shooting and the ball goes in the hole this way. You got to shoot it and make the ball go through the ring. And if I'm not mistaken, whoever loses has to forfeit their lives. I think that's how it went. I'm not sure. Do some more research on that. But I'm gonna bounce around a little bit, and it's just going to take you guys to this first, okay? So let me see, share my screen, and let me see. Watch later. Let me come back. Cancel that. Okay, so I want to touch on this, and then we're gonna talk about the demonic activity. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up. Hopefully, I can pull it up. Hopefully, I won't have any issues like I did last time. Okay, so this guy's going to tell his story from the Navajo tribe. Okay, so let's hear his story on what he thinks about the origins of good and evil. Okay.
Is to say that he is not getting the light of truth. And so it's very important to understand in the teachings of our people, our young people especially, that we do not pray to the Son. We pray to the being that is the supreme being that is recognized as the Father, Nikata, or our Maker. And if you want to use the word Creator, that's fine. But it is that He is a supreme being. He is the Great Spirit, and He is the one that is the Maker of all things. He is the one that provides us all the goodness in that we have. And so He is the one that we ask to help us to maintain our journey on the beauty way path. He is the one that we make the corn pollen prayer offering to, or the sacred stone offerings to. Or the one that watches us and takes and cares for us and observes us and protects us by the light of the sun. And so that's one being, the one that we call Nihita, and that is the Great Spirit. He is the Father of the holy people. He is the main sacred being. He is the Father of Hasheyayakti. He is the Father of all of the other 12 that are referred to Hashejawan, and all of the other people that we recognize, the Son of the Yoshke Son, and all of these other holy people. And then finally, we also have another being that a lot of native people on that, just like our people, the Dene, there's another being that we call the evil spirit. The evil spirit is there. And I don't like to talk about him because a lot of times people want to have a lot of information. They can get all of the information that they need to become a witch or whatever. A person that utilizes the power of influence to do things that are not right or not good. You can get that from other sources, but you can't get it from the Dene. And it is very interesting to listen to the teachings of how this evil influence or evil being came into existence. He was considered a holy person at one time, but he, among the other holy people, he didn't get his way in a lot of the things that he suggested. And so the word "nti so that is very important to understand the word. That means all of a sudden, because of him, came about all of the things that can be thought of as evil and as unsacred, as corruption, to all things that is good, and that all things that are beautiful. And so even today, when we say, don't you chwanta, which means don't think that way or even begin to think the ways of evil. Don't you chwanta. And then we have one ceremony that I don't attend anymore and I will not attend, and they call it Witchwaja. I don't like the ceremony. And there's even part of the enemy way ceremony. And there's certain portions I don't like at all, and because it's been so corrupted. And I think it's because of the influence of the one Ye that we call Yeish Jin. Yeish Jin. They sometimes refer to him as the evil one.
Hmm.
And when they say Bichindi, and that is very much something that is negative, Bichindi. And so when people really get annoyed by someone or have some real serious bad feelings to someone, they say, "Chidi, which means, may he go and be among the most evil of evil people in his demise. And so that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. But it is then giving that person to the most evil one, the Chindi. And so the ceremony of some of the portions of the enemy way, Danda, and also for Georgia, I don't like those ceremonies because they have a certain portions of it that kind of point people in that direction. And I think that is wrong. But there is an evil spirit that is talked about very little among the Ne. We discuss his actions in the Sweat Lodge and some of the ceremony, where because he threw a temper tantrum in the second world. When people would not accept his ways, he set fire to the second world. And
Hmm.
so the things that we are told about the evil one, or Yeishin, is very much important just to be aware of, just to know that there is that evil spirit, that evil force, that evil influence, and to be aware of those things. And those are the things that we are told.
So let me pause that for a second, okay? Let me step it. Let me back up and keep it. I'm gonna freeze framing right there, okay? So he's a Navajo elder, right? And he's speaking of this religion, and this religion was here before any settlers or European settlers or colonizers were here, right? And he's speaking of an evil. He's speaking about the one universal creator, right? And it's balanced out by this evil. Now, he named the evil. I can't even pronounce the evil that he named, and you guys can play that back in the video. But they have other demons and things that are evil as a skinwalker, right? So a skinwalker, let me give you the definition of a skinwalker. A skinwalker is a type of witch who can transform into an animal or possess one, often with malevolent intent. The term literally translates into one who goes on all fours. Skinwalkers are considered a source of fear and mystery within the Navajo culture, with stories depicting them as using their powers for evil, such as causing sickness, death, or misfortune. Skinwalkers are believed to have the ability to shift into the form of animals, particularly coyotes, wolves, or other creatures. Possession. They can possess or disguise themselves as animals. Malevolent intent. Skinwalkers are not considered healers. Rather, they are viewed as harmful witches who use their powers for evil and contrast the beneficial works of medicine people. Fear and mystery. The concept of skinwalker is deeply rooted in the Navajo tradition and often shrouded in secrecy. They are the source of fear and mystery due to their ability to inflict harm. Distinction from other creatures. Skinwalkers are distinct from other creatures like Wendigo, which are described as man-eating monsters or beings possessed by evil spirits. Now, these creatures and these evils are challenged by shaman. Again, there's a good and evil. There's a hierarchy. Every religion, as you're going to see here, that I'm going to talk about in this short period of time, right? We'll try to keep it simple. Every religion has a good and evil concept, and most of them all talk about one supreme creator. Some of these tribes and these people all over the world, right? They haven't had any contact ever, but they all have a concept of good and evil, and the majority of them have the concept of the one God. So I'm confused sometimes when I hear this religion to do this, this religion to do that, but each religion has a concept of good and evil. So where did the concept of good and evil come from? Each religious set, if you notice when I get through with this, you'll notice that they each have lower entities or deities, okay? So just bear with me. With a grain of salt, whatever's working for you, let that work for you. But let me add something else to this. Let me show you where I had gone. Okay. Let me see here. Stop sharing that. Let me see if I can pull back to the watch list. All right. And I'm going to show you when I went to the Temple of the Moon, right? Make sure that this thing does its thing. This is me going down. This is me years back going to test out these different, like I say, these different religious sects and religious beliefs and just the spooky stuff. Because here they did human sacrifice. I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with that at all. But this is me here, okay? And let me run it back. Let me run it back. Hold on. Live stream, share that. Okay. This is me trying to climb the temple.
All right, y'all, about to try to climb this thing. LA Kendrick, about to try to get up the top. This is the moon temple, so wish me luck. See you at the top, maybe.
Now, let me see. Let me pause it up. Don't want to go back too far. Is anything happening now? Can you hear me now? Can you see me now? Anything happening now? Can you hear me now? This is strange, man. Again, every time. Let me see. Let me try to go. I don't. How far back? What did you not? What were you guys not able to see? Um. Did you see the pyramid? Did you see any of the pyramids? Okay, so you didn't see the pyramid? Okay, let me try to get the pyramid pulled up. Okay, so let me back it up a little bit. Let me show this. Okay, so this is
All right, y'all, about to try to climb this thing. LA Kendrick, about to try to get up the top. This is the moon temple, so wish me luck. See you at the top, maybe.
The father is referred to as Nihita, Nihij.
okay. So it's obviously showing.
All right.
Okay, so I think you guys saw that pyramid. Okay, you saw that pyramid, right? So I'm going to show you the second pyramid, the biggest pyramid. And again, a lot of these religions that happen at these times, right? They don't. This religion with the Teotihuacans, they don't know who created those pyramids, and they're not sure who created them. So they're saying the Aztecs came in and took over and claimed it as their own. Okay, so that's their religion, and I do believe they were into human sacrificing, which is not so. I'm not rocking with that now. So don't get it twisted. Share this.
Thing out, y'all. This is LA Kendrick. Look at the size of this thing, man. This is the Sun Temple. This thing is huge. It's real tough getting up to the top because and they'll just stop. So as you can see, it's kind of windy.
Try to get to the top, as you can see up there.
And like I said, everything is again. The size of those
they would knock you down those stairs if you try to go up.
Like that one. Pull it wide on that thing.
I travel all over this.
It's dangerous too.
Trying to get to the top of that thing is not easy. And most people are not. They were very, very rude.
When I launch my next book, what I'll do is I'll add a souvenir from here.
The Sentinelese were first
Let me pause that, right? Share with you guys something else. Now, when it comes to this thing is almost I do not know what's going on. I'm telling you, man. This is crazy. So it's really shut it down. Block it out. Okay, so what we end up with is hit the like button, you guys. I know it seems like it's a crappy stream right now, but hit the like button nonetheless. What we're starting is what we're seeing here. Let me add something here. Let me put that here. Give me a second. Work with me, bear with me. Okay, so would you dare? Okay, so what we have here, right? Again, some religions are so old that you cannot even quantify what they believe in and what their belief systems are. Most of these religions that I've understood, they all have a demonic concept about good and evil and things that they fight and places and things that they worship. And it's usually pertaining to one God with deities or entities like angels would be in Christian and Baptist, and like the Egyptians when they had rock. Because even the Egyptians, I think which one? I'm trying to remember which one of the Egyptian pharaohs converted to the one God. Was it? It wasn't Tutankhamun. Well, I think it might have been Tutankhamun's dad, King Tut's dad. So it might have been his dad. I I was there. I think we were there for like a week, and again, just going to see those pyramids. It was difficult to learn anything because, like I said, that history is shrouded, so you really don't have any idea. Like when I went to Chichen Itza in like 2006, when I went down there, they had Pink Unicorn. They had sacrifices, human sacrifices, Kulakan, which is their one entity, which is a snake god. And on the side of the pyramid, if the sun hits it right, I think it's during the winter or the summer solstice, and you'll see it looks like it's going up into heaven, and then one comes down like it's descending into hell to battle the forces of evil in hell, the demons and the demonic spirits that are in hell. So that's what I learned more in Chichen Itza, down in the deeper part of Mexico. Teotihuacan is a little bit more mysterious, and nobody really knows or understands exactly what happened. It's like the people came and they were gone. We know with the Mayans, a lot of what happened to them, and some of the Aztecs, the Mayans, they were wiped out by colonization. So they were wiped out through that. That's what I know about them. But the original people that did those super huge pyramids, those individuals, that religion is just really, really clouded, and they don't have a lot of history on that. But let me share this with you guys. There's another. Now this is another ancient tribe, probably the oldest, right? This is probably the oldest. Like I said, I don't know why, and every single time try to do something with YouTube, it does this. It's just it's like when you start talking about certain things, it just starts getting stupid. Okay, so great. Let's just hear this.
First contacted by the government in 1991. The contact party under the administration is always accompanied by security. The arrow shooting sentinels are a constant fear.
Now this is ancient. This is the oldest surviving group on this planet. Let's believe what's survived.
It is yet to be discovered what the residents of North Sentinel Island call themselves. They have been indexed as contacted sentinels. Gifts of coconuts are means to overcome limited communication and uncertain vocabulary. Coconuts do not grow on these islands, but they are valued by the sentinels.
Showing the genital. That is always there. That is what? That is angry or no, they are not angry. Laha.
So much for technology and civilizing people. See, we doing just fine to me.
Laha. 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 Daga. Daga. Miguel. Daga. Please try to protect yourself. Any moment you can come. Daga. Laha. Laha. Daga. Daga. Laha. Daga.
Daga means coconut. Laha means come here. These words are familiar to the Jarawa tribe. We do not know if the Sentinelese understand it.
She knows that. She knows something ain't right. In her spirit, she knows something's not right. This tribe is probably the oldest tribe, oldest people on the planet. What religion do they have? What gods do they pray to? Nobody knows. Somewhere in their history, they understand that outside people that don't look like them, that it's bad juju. It's not because it's bad juju. In my opinion, contact. The North Sinhalese. They do not need any outside communication contact with the outside. They're actually protected right now. They've actually had a few people on that island that went back in the day, and they actually informed them. And two children. So let me take it back. Four children is the oldest died. And the children became released. And we don't know.
The estimated 90 Sentinelese continue to live as hunters and gatherers, solely dependent on food provided by nature.
The Sentinelese had a very mixed reaction towards us. In the first place, they cheerily waited us on the shore and they indicated their presence by walking down towards the beaches and then disappear. They are a very lively people who prefer to live in isolation, away from the mainstream of life.
Okay. So let me stop sharing. Actually, hold on. Let me share this. Let me share this. We'll share this as well. Okay, this is gonna be if I can actually share it. I don't know what's going on again. I don't know what's going on with the stream. It's doing weird stuff. Trying to do a good stream, but as you can see, all right. So what I'm probably gonna close this thing out. Like I said, I wasn't trying to be on here too long, but every time I try to get a good stream in talking about anything government related, or as we can see now, religious related, seems to have an issue. But the Haitians called upon the spirits of the Yoruba tribe, and Ogun was who they called on to help them liberate themselves from the colonizers of France, and they pushed back anybody else that came, and they got their freedom and their liberation. Yes, they're struggling and going through a lot of things now, right? But nonetheless, they called upon their gods that were part of their African descent, and they freed themselves. And the North Sentinelese, we were looking at them a little earlier. Guess what? We don't even know what religion they belong to. We don't know what language they speak. We don't know anything. But they're doing just fine without us. And people still consistently try to go over there and try to force a religion on that group. So is that evil? Because people have been around 60,000 years. and not had an issue with surviving or evolving, they're doing just fine without us. But for some reason, somehow, some way, somebody's always trying to go over there and end up dead or in jail because they are protected people. And when you go on that island, they shoot you. A lot of people are coming on there trying to preach Christianity, and then they just shoot them to death. They shoot them up. And they've been sneaking onto the island. Now, you're that hell-bent on destroying a group of people because whatever you have as a human, whatever you have, these people have not been exposed to it. You could wipe them out in the name of what? You're not even thinking about that. You think about what you want to do and being some kind of savior. I think a guy just got arrested a couple of months. I don't know if it's 2019. I think that's when the last guy that was killed. But there was another guy that snuck onto the island and left, I think, a Dr. Pepper or something on the island, and he got arrested. Hope they threw him under the jail, simply because these people don't need our interference. Whatever religious structure and base that they have, it's working for them. It's been working for them for 60,000 years. I don't know of any other group or tribe on this planet that's that old. That's prehistoric. They've been getting along just fine. They don't need our help. What I'm trying to say is that these groups have their own religious base. They have their own demons. They have their own entities. They have two things in common: a heaven and a hell. And what they do have, most agree that there is one central universal creator. He just has a different name in each group. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That works for each individual group, and they're doing well. That they do okay with that. As long as you're not worshiping Satan, do your thing. If that is what motivates you and helps you fight your demons, and if you think they're not demons, come ride with me at 4 a.m. in the morning and watch how the demons drive. I've seen wreck on top of wreck on top of wreck crashing on the road, right? These people are at 4 o'clock in the morning. Where are you going where you're causing a wreck like that? And then not to mention, you'll drive down a little bit. They'll see the wreck and still drive. Like they didn't see somebody just get killed. They'll still drive and cause another wreck. If that's not demonic, I don't know what is, man. That's evil. That's evil. You have no regards for anybody else. And those individuals will be the ones that crash or cause somebody to crash and survive while they wiped out a whole family. That's evil. And then have the nerve to try to pull out a gun and shoot at you. Flip you off. I don't know what religion they following, but everybody has it's in the name of my this or my that, right? That's demonic. Why are you allowing, if you have any kind of religious base, and see, that's why spirituality is more important to me than a religious base, right? Because I really want to take a trip to Africa to see where my origin story is. I'm still looking to complete my origin story because I don't know what religion I had. I don't know what language I spoke. I don't know what God we pray to. I have no idea, but I want to find out. I want to find out what tribe, what region of Africa I was from. I want to find out. I want to know. Everything was taken. Right? And everybody should be on a quest to find the truth of their origins. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever's working for you as far as your religion is going, you deal with that. That's on you. But with my own 2 eyes, I've seen the evil, demonic, wicked stuff. I've seen some crazy stuff, man. I've seen some crazy stuff. And people have been around me when we've seen these crazy things. I've seen people transform right there in front of my eyes. And you know who you are. You know exactly who you are. And I was like, wow, okay. if I hadn't seen a lot of that stuff as a young kid coming up, then it probably would have freaked me out. But that's a tale for another day. And again, y'all know how we do. I've been up early, super early, to train and get myself together and keep myself together. And yesterday was the first time I actually had a good sleep or some sleep. But don't forget to get my books, right? This is the kids' novels. Tips for 10 Up is called The Benefits of a Bully, and it's called Wraith War, right? You guys, please don't sleep on that. It's for the kiddos. Give them something, thrilling to look at and remember, like Goosebumps. And then the latest book out right now, Run Now Town. It's an incredible story. And the link is in the chat right there, okay? Guys, don't sleep on it. This is another great book. This is an incredible book. We've done a lot of good work, and we're still working real hard on this stuff. And next month, I'll have the cartoon finally ready to go. The Battle for Stonehenge. You guys asked for it. I'm going to give you guys that. And I'm still trying to figure out which places I'm going. Here, I don't know for skin. I don't know if I'm going to go to Superstitious Mountain, Death Valley. I don't know where I'm going. But I definitely I'm trying to get a trip ready to go to Africa because I want to see, I want to know my origin story. I think everybody should know their origin story. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't say, oh, he's anti this. No, I ain't anti nothing. I'm just trying to I'm anti-ignorant. And I'm doing some critical thinking, and I want to make sure that I understand who I am, where my people come from, right? There's nothing wrong with that. And that's the beautiful thing about having a mind and having the ability to be a critical thinker. And that spiritual base is powerful, like the Native American guy was saying. It's powerful. It's amazing. And I feel that incredible force of energy, that good, clean spirit around me all the time. And each time, the few times that I didn't listen to that voice, man, I paid the price. And I'm not saying that you're not going to go through strife and things like that, because I think it builds character. And you're going to be better for it. So having that spiritual base is a great thing, and the energy is around you at all times. I feel it. I can't speak for anybody else. I know that I feel it. It's the most calm, relaxing feeling that I've had. I've had it all my life. But when I turned a blind or deaf ear to it and not paid attention to it, I got popped pretty good. So we don't want to get popped anymore. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this thing up because I'm really disappointed in how this stream turned out. I got to figure this thing out. And I got on early to make sure that everything was running smooth. And everything was running smoothly. But see, when we start talking about spiritual and government stuff, UFOs and cover-ups, look at what happens. It goes left every time. So with that being said, you guys make sure you check the dark recesses of your home. You check the dark closets, okay? You make sure that if you work late at night or into the wee hours of the morning, that you check under your car, inside of your car, and around your car, all right? Because you never know what demon is lurking in the dark, waiting to make you a story. And this has been L.A. Kendrick with another tale from the vault. Would you dare? Do not forget to get my book, Run Now Town. It's a great book, great novel. I'm telling you guys are going to love it. And ain't this wild? So, you guys make sure you get a copy of that. Don't sleep on it because it's that good stuff. Don't sleep. Don't sleep on the good work, man, because we put a lot of work into it, put a lot of time into it. So don't sleep on the good work, okay? You guys understand what we're doing here, and you're part of a big thing. So until next time, you guys be safe and feeling the